See the inside of the engine compartment in excellent shape. That's the 6.7 liter Cummins turbo. The enclosed air filter canister coming off of the snorkel, giving us much better dust. You got the Baja Designs lights down here. The hidden winch back behind there and blended within the bumper as another feature. So the front, kind of the cockpit area of this vehicle is exceptional. We have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. We have a exhaust brake on the middle portion of the vehicle. Here's of this vehicle is the rear cam. I set this up, it's wired to the back with a wireless camera, so you can always see out the back, eliminates blind spot issues. So on the front portion, you can see it can go to the front camera and it's always recording and caching everything. So if there's ever a problem, an accident or anything else, you'll have the recording of it both front and back all the way through. So pretty slick, really like that a lot. Some of the other features I love, one is the back seats are extremely roomy, but if you need, on a real quick notice, extra protection, or extra storage really quickly, you have it almost instantaneously. This side we have our DEF and our 49-gallon diesel tank. Yes, you heard that correctly. 49-gallon diesel tank. Side step boards. These are rough country side step boards. Quite easy to be able to step into the vehicle. Method Recon Grappler tires, 37-inch. Lots of tread left on those tires, in really great shape. Air snorkel also comes with the shovel on this side and the axe on the other side. Full size 37-inch spare tire and a 14-gallon extra water tank that comes out here. Push up the back portion first. Secure that in place. And you push up the front portion. You are ready to go. Camp is made. So from an exterior perspective, it's nice because this camper is so compact when you're out and about. And then as soon as you get to camp, you have so much space, and we have both a step, but also a ladder, or I should say stairs, to be able to get in for the camper. So let's take a look. Inside we have fire extinguisher. We have a full-size fridge. On this side we have a dinette, which converts into an extra bed. So here's the bathroom, the toilet. Here's the battery storage system. Battery's currently at 94% and climbing. Gives us both the inputs and the outputs. Here's the king-size bed. To convert it to king, all you do is pull out this before you pop it up and pull those extra cushions in. Most of the time, what that means is you can sleep either this way or this way within the bed, which can be nice, but most of the time I kept it, or I keep it just as a regular. So a couple of things I love about this camper. You can see the bed here, but it's the nice design of the underbed storage. So the last trip I was on, I was able to store all of my clothes, my toiletries, miscellaneous electronics down underneath the bed. Kept them highly organized. It was really efficient. Over here on this side is the Starlink, full-size Starlink, which makes it really easy. The other feature that's really, really incredible about this is all of the underseat storage. I was able to store all of my extra footwear, extra food, extra anything I needed down on this side. And then on the right side, or the left side, I was able to store down underneath here all of my backpacking and hiking gear. Right now it's the shower kit that goes up on the inside, and also the insulation packs that go around the outside of the window. What are some things that are great? One, the Max Air ceiling fan. It can both blow out, so pull out the hot air, but also suck in at different points. So depending on what you need, hot air out of the camper or warm air blowing in, we have smoke detector, carbon monoxide detector down here, all of the electrical in here. So it's set up as what's called the Rogue, and there's a lot of extra programming and things you can do. Here's the inverter to be able to turn things off and on. Over on this side, we have the water pump. We can get both freshwater levels. We can also test the battery as a secondary. Here's the thermostat for the propane-powered heat. Simple drawer, simple cabinets, extra space down in here, extra cabinet space here. That's the furnace. As I mentioned, the fridge freezer. Up here on the top is the small freezer. Down here is the fridge. I was able to get a week's plus worth of food in here, no difficulties at all. Really cool up here that I really liked is the 2-burner propane stove. It's a Dometic or Suburban Dometic. This is the Dometic sink. So nice to have the sink. It's a 17-gallon water tank in here. I put some extra storage things up here. These are 3D printed for be able to store foil and other things in there, which is good. So other things on the inside, I put in some storage bins, if you want to think of them, to be able to put things in. These are really helpful. Maps, whatever you want, books. This is the shower, indoor shower. Right here is where the shower attaches. Up on the top is where it clips in. You can see these little clips. It's kind of the control system. We have our interior lights, our exterior lights. So you can see our side lights turn on up here. Give us a lot of camp light. This is the button for the Starlink. This will turn on the integrated Starlink, DC powered, so you don't have to turn on the inverter. Right here, we have voltage calcs along with another plug. Added some USB-C chargers. Sorry, so you can see those there, USB-C chargers. Also added USB-C charger over on this side. These are new ads or other ads I put in. So let's talk about those. So some of the additions I added to this after I had it. One is the USB-C charger over here. There wasn't any electrical chargers over on this side. Two is I actually added an inverter, Harbor Freight Jupiter inverter. It was fine to power a coffee pot, anything else I needed on the trip. You can turn it on and now these plugs become operable on both sides within here. So that's a different thing. Also added USB-C, USB charger over on this side. Before it was just USB. The Starlink has now got its own wiring, wired to the Starlink, and it connects into the battery versus needing an inverter. So that's a nice add. I also added the RedArc Red Vision. This is a really reliable system. I've barely used any of the capabilities in terms of setting up a lot of the inputs and outputs. So eventually I have all the components to get it set up that you can control things on the inside and outside. So I changed that out, made a big upgrade here. Really reliable, didn't have any battery issues in the 5-month trip. Also added a 200 amp hour lithium battery. By adding that 200 amp hour, A, I know exactly what's going on. I can take it down to 0. B, once again, didn't have any power issues on the entire trip. Rear portion, I added a step bumper to be able to reach the top portions. This is that rear camera for the for the mirror. We have traction boards over on this side. Also added more rear backup lights back behind here. In addition with those, we do have an awning that comes out. It comes out really easy, gives you some extra shade. Here's levers, or sorry, I should say, here are the steps to be able to get up on the roof. So that particular location is where the Starlink is. It's also where you have the rooftop solar. Some of the more valuable features of this rig, well, the winch saved my bacon more than once on this trip. I had to use it a couple times. The 37-inch tires were incredibly valuable. I upgraded the suspension recently as well. A, you could air them down and get so much more travel, but B, between the lift, it's got a 2-inch, 3-inch lift, so you get so much more space. I never bottomed out, never had any issues. with that. So the big tires made the ride a lot more comfortable. The Starlink that's mounted up on the roof was hugely beneficial to keep connected.